Thank you. Hello.
Of course, accompanied by our investment Penang, Wan Zelena, Bupalan and Jeffrey Chiu.
Greet everyone here. So where's your...
So the boss is here, so I can now talk. But as I say, we're very happy to have all of you here. And from the introduction that we have heard,
Yeah, okay, I'll be over there. Yeah.
From introduction that we have heard, all of you come.
Thank you, YAB Lim, and also of course our Penang CM1, YB Manso, and the members of my delegation. I'm sure you have met Lee Kachun, Wan Zalina, and our DAP Penang chief, who is in charge of local council. Very important portfolio, Chow Pan Yao. For those who are from Penang, I'm sure you are familiar with us. For those who are not, I'm sure you'll get to know us. And what we are trying to do in Penang is something that's never been tried before. The Pakatan Rakyat model of government, which is to establish the first people-centric government in Malaysia. Now you always talk about a people's government, but when we describe a people's government, what do you mean? In America, of course, there are very many versions. But in Penang, when we talk about a people-centric government, it's basically centered on 3 E's. First is to enable the people with educational skills and knowledge so that we can compete internationally. Second is to empower the people with basic rights, freedoms, as well as responsibilities. And thirdly, of course, is to enrich the people so that there is distributive justice and make sure that everyone got a share in the fruits of economic success. And these 3 E's, I think, is the basic characteristics of what a people-centric government is all about. Now, how are we going to do it? It sounds fine, when you talk about all this vision that we have. This vision is to bring Penang forward into the 21st century by transforming Penang into an international city. Now, Penang has been probably asleep for too long. For the last 18 years, we have not seen much progress as well as development. And also we have somehow backslided. So the time has come for us to catch up and to join the international ranks of more developed cities. In the past, when you heard Penang, people know about Penang. But now when you talk about Penang, I don't think it rings a bell. Bali rings a bell. Phuket rings a bell, but no longer Penang. But 30 years ago, Penang rang many bells. And it's time for us to start the bell ringing again. And that's why, as I said, our vision is finally to let Penang join the ranks of international city, or being an international city. And how are we going to do it? I said international city, people-centric government, how are we going to do it? Basically, I think we talk about 3 key areas. Number 1, to be an international city, you must have all the basic facilities and amenities that comes along being an international city. That's, of course, most important of all now is broadband connectivity. And we want to be the first Wi-Fi state in Malaysia by ensuring that, or by hoping to let Penang in 2 years' time be fully Wi-Fi connected, which means that we hope that when you visit Penang in 2 years' time, when you flip open your notebook, you can be connected to the internet anytime, any place, anywhere in Penang. And the added bonus will be that this Wi-Fi service will be offered free of charge. So we are following the Korean model, free of charge. Of course, some may ask whether we can do it. We're going to try. After all, I really believe that when we talk about free Wi-Fi service, I think it's done before. There are some cities in America that offers free Wi-Fi service, isn't it? They do it, isn't it? But we want to do it because we want to prove that in KL you have to charge, but in Penang you don't need to pay. And why is it in KL the central government they're spending 11.3 billion for this high-speed broadband project, whereas Penang is giving it free? I think maybe one of the answers to that question lies in the fact that kita tak makan duit lah. So I think that's one of the answers. So that's one. That also is an enabling aspect of a people-centric government. As I said, once you have Wi-Fi connectivity, you give the population, especially the young, an opportunity to be internet savvy, and of course to master computer knowledge. The second aspect, we want to be also, again, Penang to be the first green state in Malaysia. Maybe this is a very opportune time when we are talking about the climate change summit in Copenhagen, or they call it COP15. But in Penang, we don't just talk, we deliver. Number one, we are the first state to implement the GBI by offering incentives to developers who comply with the Green Building Index. I think you call it, I don't know what you call it in the United States. Huh? LEEDs. So we are applying the same standards in Penang. We are also reducing plastic bag consumption by declaring no plastic days. We started in July this year, no plastic ban days. Next year, we're going to extend it to 3 days a week. That is for hypermarkets and supermarkets. For single stores, it will be at least 1 day a week. So, plastic bag consumption, of course, it's not easy. We've got to face the plastic bag lobbies. We have threatened all sorts of things because they deal with educating the people on the importance of not being attached to plastics. You know, Malaysians somehow are very attached to plastics. If you look at those who are not really very sound in their mind roaming around the streets, you know what they collect, isn't it? You know what they collect, isn't it? So I think that's why the attachment to plastic is very strong. We have to reduce that sort of dependency, and I think that is a education process and a painful one. But as I said, we are willing to kick off the process. We are willing to start and get the ball rolling in Malaysia. So plastic bag consumption, reduction of plastic bag consumption campaign. No plastic Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays for the big stores, and no plastic Mondays for all other stores in Penang. The first state to do so in Malaysia. And hopefully we can work towards completely plastic free in Penang as part of our effort to reduce our carbon footprints. Another aspect, of course, is to encourage green technology. You talk about not using polystyrene, not using plastic. What are the alternatives?
Banana leaf.
Huh?
Go back to banana leaf.
That's if you eat banana.
We used to wrap everything.
Yes, I mean that's a very good idea. Actually, it tastes better.
Yes.
But we also want to encourage some green staff to come in. And next month, we have managed to attract a local company that's got a patent to manufacture biodegradable food containers. So instead of taking polystyrene, what do you call that, plates and cups, we can have biodegradable food containers, and they are made from paddy and sugarcane husks. So organic are they that if you are still hungry, you can eat a plate. So there's something that we are venturing.